Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2019 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last half of March here from the 15th through the 31st. Welcome to everybody joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers, and welcome back to any subscribers, followers, people who like to touch base here from time to time. Always an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for those of you who take the time to send in your comments and feedback and support. And of course, always a big thank you to all of my clients out there, both regular and new, for continuing to keep me so busy with personal readings. And as many of you who follow me know, if you are interested in a personal reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below or going to my YouTube channel's homepage, clicking on the little About button there. You can please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry within the first day or the first 24 hours with some more info. And scheduling's pretty good too. I do readings full-time 5 to 6 days a week. It's the sum total of all that I do. So I work pretty diligently with both my schedule and yours to get you a reading in as timely a fashion as possible. And I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life of all different types and lengths and costs. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the Earth sign of Taurus, our beautiful bulls, for the remainder of March 2019. Remember, general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody. So if you know your rising and moon sign, watch those videos as well. It can provide additional clarification. Sometimes your rising or your moon sign or your Venus sign can play out a little more predictably than your sun sign. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what the remainder of March has in store for you. Okay, Taurus, we begin with the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Ten of Wands. Next to that, we have the Empress, followed by the Ten of Pentacles. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the High Priestess. I think 3 or 4 signs have had this for overall energy and guidance. Trusting your own intuition, which is basically what the High Priestess means. Trusting in your own intuition, trusting in any repeating dreams, ideas, flashes of inspiration. Our intuition, or gut instinct, or higher self, as some people call it, our inner voice, that's our connection to divine, to God, Spirit, your angels, and guides. And typically when this shows up as overall energy and or guidance, it usually represents that somewhere inside of you, you can ask for help for that to be clarified more, but somewhere inside of you, you already have the answer as to how to move forward, and it's time to actually follow that, which means acting on it. So that's your overall energy and guidance for the remainder of March in whatever area of your life this situation is playing out in. So we have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Ten of Wands. Swords is air energy, and in the tarot this is mental energy, cerebral, intellectual energy, energy of the mind. This is about how we think, what our perceptions are, based on our belief systems, our ideologies, our cultures and ethics. And because that affects the way that we see the world, reality, and people in the world, and also how we communicate our words and our ideas. It's about truth, illumination, higher education, everything that goes on between our ears. Aces represent the number 1. They represent the start of something new, the beginning of a new path, or an idea, or the seed which could become something else if indeed it is taken care of, nurtured, acted upon, because seeds don't turn into anything if we don't plant them and help them through the growth period. It can be the spark that can fan the flame. So the Ace of Swords is a card that successfully cuts through extraneous emotions, feelings, or details, and exposes and illuminates something for being exactly what it is. It can represent the epiphany moment, the light bulb going off on your head, seeing, having a sudden answer or sudden clarity to something, or seeing something in a different and fresh new perspective, this new idea or information coming in. So inspiration and clarity finally coming through. And that's your intuition speaking as well. Now what clarifies the Ace of Swords is the Ten of Wands. So there's obviously been some kind of heavy burden that you've been carrying, or challenge that you've been putting a lot of effort into. Tens usually can reference cycles ending, or the circle closing, coming full circle, culmination, or something needing to be at an end, or just winding down. Wands is fire energy, which in the tarot is creation energy. It's always fast moving, energetic, passionate, enthusiastic energy, change, movement, action, power. Always forward looking and forward moving as well. The Ten of Wands represents, carrying a heavy burden. Maybe carrying it successfully, or something which maybe started out as only 1 or 2 wands, but gradually has become very heavy and cumbersome. He's carrying it successfully. I mean, he hasn't dropped any, or if he has, he's picked them back up again. But it's so heavy he can't even stand up straight. But you could see his head is up, and he's looking at his destination, which is just ahead of him, that place where he can lay this burden down, whatever it is, and stand up and take a deep breath and be free from it. So it looks like you have some clarity about whatever it is, this burden or this cross, this challenge that you've been operating under or dealing with. But let's pull a clarifying card for that Ten of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. This is the work card. Pentacles is earth energy, and in the tarot this often manifests in the earthly sector of our life. Often it can be tangible things that we see and touch and feel, like money, finances, property, assets, resources, job, etc., or the efforts we put into things. The Eight of Pentacles is a card I often refer to as the worker bee card, because it can represent working quite hard, maybe getting up early, staying up late, burning the candles at both ends, working a lot of overtime, or working on a project or something that maybe repetitive work, or even anything else, paperwork, school, studies, just something that you're working very hard at because you're building up a foundation. Or you think you're building up a foundation towards something. So for some of you, this illumination, this sudden clarity, insight you have about whatever it is you've been, that's grown into such a burden. For some of you, it can be an actual job, a workplace environment, or a project you've been working on for a long time. Others of you, it could also represent in the relationship area of your life, if there's a, relationship issue that has obviously become quite a burden. Perhaps it's caring for somebody else and putting a lot of work into it. This is what has you feeling so burdened, but it looks like there's some clarity or illumination coming in, some insight, which is definitely God's Spirit, your angels and guides, trying to get this message through to you. Now, after that, we have the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. So the Empress is another major arcana card, and the Empress can represent an actual person, sometimes a mother figure, or somebody very beautiful and sensual who's very nurturing and caretaking as well, because she's the traditional Earth Mother of the tarot. This is a card that points to fertility as well. For some of you, it may be literal fertility, conception, pregnancy, maybe some idea or news about that. What does fertility really mean? It means that the time is right to plant seeds that you're going to take care of and grow and manifest down the road. But it means that the time is right to plant those seeds, even if we don't see anything happen with them for the first little while, which is what happens when we plant seeds. We put them in the ground, we water them, we put the dirt over it, we water it, and it feels like there's nothing going on for a while. But underneath the surface, things are germinating furiously. So the time is right to plant seeds for something new. So typically when the Empress shows up, it's the green light for starting new things, new projects, new relationships, new jobs, new pursuits of some kind, a new path. The time is right to begin that process. Now the Empress is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, another 10 sitting right next to the Ten of Wands. So this is the Ten of Pentacles. It used to be referenced as the inheritance card because there is a strong attachment to family home, family money, family business, family estate. There's a strong connection to home and family in this. It could be property. Some of you may be dealing with an actual inheritance issue. But fundamentally, what does inheritance mean? It means a present day, right now sense of abundance and prosperity and stability and security that you get, because fundamentally Pentacles, it could be summed up in those words: stability, rootedness, groundedness, safety, continuity. So inheritance represents something that gives you that in the now, so that you don't have to worry about the future so much. But the reason you have it is because it comes from the long, slow accumulation of what went into building it up. Hence family money, family business, family estate. Maybe some of you, I mean, this can play out a few different ways. Maybe some of you have been putting a lot of effort into a family home, family business. Perhaps you've been working, perhaps this has been a legal issue of some kind around inheritance or the division of estates or something of that sort. There's a new idea coming through or some new insight coming through with this Ace of Wands, and next to the Empress, the time is right to go into a new direction or plant the seeds for something new. Maybe it's time to get away from what you thought you were building towards as well. Or maybe it's time to take a different path and to invest in something, to begin to invest in something that's going to lead towards more, towards this Ten of Pentacles, because you've been feeling burdened and stuck at this Eight of Pentacles and Ten of Wands, putting all the effort in, but it's only keeping you here at the work level and not reaching the Ten of Pentacles level. So it's time to start doing something new, starting something new. In relationship, it may be, you know, moving to the next step towards stability in the relationship, or towards the next, you know, responsible commitment step sort of thing. For some of you in job, work, and career, it might be looking for another job, taking a new job, or exploring a new career path. Let's clarify that Empress. Who or what is that Empress about? We know it's about the time being right to start new things. Let's see if we can clarify it any further. We have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And you already have the Ace of Swords. It's three aces. Whatever this new idea you have, or flash of inspiration, or success-driven new thing that's coming in, which your intuition is telling you now's the time to start off on this new path, to plant the seeds. I mean, it could not be more clear. Exciting, passionate new beginnings, action-oriented, the Ace of Pentacles, practical new beginnings. And also clarifying the Empress, which is over the Ten of Pentacles. Sometimes the Ace of Pentacles can represent receiving a sum of money that enables you to have a brand new start, or a brand new investment in a new path that you've been starting on. It can be moving, relocating, starting a new job too. It's going to mean different things to different people, you know, whether it's inheritance or a legal issue that's coming through, or a new job offer or opportunity, or a new relationship offer, or thinking about taking it to that next step, which is exciting and will start off on a new path towards stability. It looks like the time is absolutely right for doing that. So let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles. It's almost like redundant messages. Spirit saying, now is the time. Now is the time to start this new thing. You've got the clarity. You're getting the resources that you need. It's time to do this. Let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles. Card just popped out. The Ten of Cups. It's definitely something that's going to have a truly beneficial effect on home and family. Here's another 10. These two tens have a strong connection to home and family. This is the happy home card, the happily ever after card, the feeling emotionally at a place where everything has finally come together. It's one of the marriage, childbirth, home blessing cards as well. Some of you, this may in fact be marriage. Some of you, it may be a literal property issue, buying a family home, paying the last payment on a family home, selling a family home or family business. Whatever it is, I do feel like there's some kind of abundance coming in, whether it's financial or material or just emotional, that has everybody happy. Your home, your family, your extended family and friends. It's just beautiful energy. The opportunity for beginning that is here. Quite clearly, Spirit is saying quite clearly and quite loudly, now is the time to take advantage of what's coming in, to start off on a new path and get out from under this this heavy, burdensome energy and move forward. Spirit's, your intuition, which is Spirit's message system, basically. It's coming on, and I think a lot of you have that feeling already. This reading may just be validation that yes, it's time to move forward. It's time to start off on this new path. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful reading, Taurus. So Taurus, that pretty much wraps up your March mid-month reading for 2019 March, the 15th through the 31st. I hope that you have enjoyed it. For those of you for whom it resonated, if you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the description link below for more info and contact details, or go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on that little About button. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I do love and romance, of course, compatibility charting, career work and finance, investment readings, gift readings. I also offer 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look in all the main areas of your life. They both cost the same. So there's a few choices there for you. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that link is also provided. Instantgo has a few different reading options too, but I found them to be particularly useful for clients in answering, in providing quick answers to quick, easy questions. But if it's an issue that's more complicated or complex, you want a more in-depth look on it, then a traditional reading is probably better for you in order to provide as much detailed guidance as possible. So a few different options for you to choose from. So Taurus, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the April 2019 general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.